Hey guys, hope everything's going well. You guys know that drill. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below. Follow me on Instagram at AIH underscore sports. Follow me on my finance channel at AIH Finance. Okay, so today I wanted to I wanted to do a different video, and before I do, I wanted to show you one card I got in the mail. It's not worth that much, but I needed to get this just for my own collection. There's probably a bunch of these out there, as there's so many refractor cards. It's Christian Hernandez of the Chicago Cubs. Yes, my Cubbies, shortstop, prospect. I was just seeing some things that he's one of the top 100 rated prospects. And a few years ago, they were calling him Baby A-Rod. He was the top pick in I believe, the international signing. So I think there's a market for signing international players. He is one of them. So regardless of however they got him, hopefully he fills in the shoes for Baez in the next few years, and hopefully they come to a deal in the next few years, or next few weeks, so we could finally have a baseball season. But it looks bleak right now. But hopefully both sides come together. I'll do a video maybe in the next day or two regarding that. And also, I may not be doing as many videos. Things are opening back up. I'll be in the office more often, so I'm going to have less time to focus on these videos. Now, regarding this video, so I saw this one comment, and this person was saying in the comment section of another guy's video that, hey, you might as well buy cards rather than spend it on drugs or anything illicit. And I agree with that. And there's a caveat. As long as it's not an addiction, I think Bench Clear Media did a video about addiction of sports cards. Well, it's fine to collect, it's fine to invest, but just don't get obsessed about that. And I think it's a good way of taking your mind away from all of the crazy things going on in our society. Right? There's crazy geopolitical things happening abroad. Before, there was crazy things happening in the US. And unfortunately, we don't have baseball to divert our minds away from all of this stuff. But hopefully they do have a season coming up soon. But yeah, I want to talk about the positive nature of sports card collecting and investing. And from the collecting part, yes, it's great to distract your mind as long as it's not in excess, and that's good for our overall health. I told you I was getting into sports cards in 2020. I mean, obviously for speculating because I saw the Fed printing money like crazy, and then two, it was a distraction. I was at home all the time. I mean, my family members didn't want to meet, so just looking at all of that, sports cards were a great distraction. And then finding some content on YouTube, it was nice. It was awesome. And from the collecting aspect, I could also meet some like-minded folks here on YouTube. Doesn't mean I'm going to agree with everyone on everything, but it's good, seeing the comments back and forth. That's awesome. You know, you have you meet people and they have similar interests. That's great. Now, in terms of investing, here's a good reason why I think is a net positive. Yesterday, I did a video about how, hey, you can't equate stocks to cards. And this video, yes, I'm not going to change my mind. The liquidity is a problem. However, it is still a tangible asset. Yes, I would like to see more volume in these, but once again, I have to be realistic. It doesn't have millions of cards traded on a daily basis. Okay, just going to be honest. But the positive aspect is it's going to hold relative amount of value. And I'll give you an example. In the stock market, I see some comments saying that, hey, stock market is the greatest Ponzi of all time. that, you could lose a lot of money, not every stock goes up. Yeah, those are valid arguments. And the thing is, I'll share you a story. Now, usually 7 out of 10 times I'm doing okay, on trades, investments that I make. But sometimes, you have to take the L, just like sports cars. You have to take the L sometimes. And I got a call from my brokerage telling me that, hey, one of the options that I had on a trade, well, guess what? The ETF right now is suspended. And since it's suspended, um, you need to either exercise that option, or you need to do nothing, and that option will just you'll have to take a loss on it. And it wasn't that much. It was maybe a few $100 that I would lose. But that makes me think about this, is that when you have a tangible asset, whether it's sports cards, it's gold, it's silver, right? It's usually in your possession. And if you're looking at, for instance, this option, this stock, guess what? If you don't own it, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. And that's the criticism of stocks. And I'm going to give that to you here. Now, granted, I don't think that's going to happen with every single ETF right now. But in a downward market, who knows what's going to happen if they start suspending ETFs? And I'm not telling you to panic if you have ETFs. I'm just telling you, these are my own thoughts, and this is not me. This is not any investment advice. All I'm saying is, okay, I'm giving the opposite side of the argument today, and why I personally, from an investor's perspective, I do like some of these tangible assets. I don't want them 100% in my portfolio, but to a certain degree, yes, I do want them. And the reason is, okay, yeah, sports cards have gone down, but I was buying them when they were cheaper. I'm buying cards that are under the radar, which had prices that were already depressed. So I like those type of assets for sports cards. And once again, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. The opposite's true for these collectibles. I can hold it, and I do own it, and I did pay it off. Okay? So, long story short, there are some positives. There are definitely positives about sports cards. And yes, I do talk about the negatives, but I do want to be balanced and give you the other side of the story as well. It's not going to be one-sided on this channel. I'm not going to just be focusing on positive aspects. And yes, I do talk a lot about the negative, but when there are positive aspects of this hobby, it needs to be spoken about. Anyways, guys, I want you to talk about the positive aspects of the collecting side, and also from an investing perspective, what are the positives? Obviously, the other common another positive thing about the investing side is, okay, if it's scarce and it's high in demand, obviously over time the price will go higher. Now the issue is, you want to not buy it at a very inflated value. You want to buy it at a low price. So yeah, those are some things that I wanted to tell you guys. Anyways, let me know what you think. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below, guys. Thank you. Bye.